educated Shulagna Ghotok. Today I gonna brief you about the second part of the topic competition in ecology. And if you missed the first part of this video, then link is into the description box. Okay, so let's start. So in this part of this video, I'm gonna discuss mainly about the Lotka-Volterra model. So this model was first developed by Alfred Lotka and Vito Volterra in the year 1920. So Lotka-Volterra model contains the relationship between two species. One is predator and another is prey. It involves differential equations of the dynamic growth of both populations. That means it maintains an equilibrium of both populations like predator-prey, parasite-host or herbivore-plant, etc. So in an interspecific relationship, so Lotka-Volterra model is mainly based on an interspecific relationship. Okay. So in an interspecific relationship, when a species of prey increases, then the number of individuals of predator also increases. And when the predator increases drastically in number, then prey starts to become extinct or decreased. As we see in the bottom-up control, right? So if prey decreases, then predator also starts to decrease. So finally, they make an equilibrium state in their population size. So in this graph also you can see that when prey increases, then the predator also gradually starts to increase. But if prey are gradually decreasing, then due to scarce of food, predator become also decreasing. Okay? Now, the Lotka-Volterra model simplifies several assumptions. So first of all, the prey population will grow exponentially when the predator is absent. And the secondly is the predator population decreases in the absence of prey's population, which is totally opposite of the first point, isn't it? Due to lack of food, right? The third point is both the species make an equilibrium to maintain the population size. Fourthly, there is no environmental complexity. That means both populations are moving randomly through a constant environment. Though which is impossible for realistic world, isn't it? But Lotka-Volterra model can be applied only in homogeneous environment. Okay? So fifth point is in Lotka-Volterra equation, intrinsic growth rate, which is denoted by small r, competition coefficient, which is denoted by alpha or beta, carrying capacity, which is denoted by k, all are constant, which I explain later. Okay. Sixth point is every individual within each population is identical. Nextly, the population is not allowed to have diversity. And the last point is the environment or habitat is homogeneous or constant. Always should be constant only for Lotka-Volterra model. Clear? So Lotka and Volterra gave two final equations for species 1 and species 2, where alpha has been denoted as the effect of an individual of species 2 has on the population growth of species 1, and beta can be denoted as the effect of an individual of species 1 has on the population growth of species 2. And Lotka and Volterra modified the logistic growth equation for competition also. Here is the logistic equation for species 1 if it is growing alone, and here is the logistic equation for species 2 if it is growing alone. Okay, so both are those are very much important. So according to Lotka and Volterra, competition coefficient, which are denoted by alpha and beta, are come from if species 1 will have some effect on species 2 on the aspect of competition and vice versa. Okay, and impact exerted by 1 on 2 and 2 on 1 is called competition coefficient. That means alpha and beta respectively. So alpha 1 over 2 or alpha is the impact of competition exerted by species 2 on 1, and alpha 2 over 1 or beta is the impact of species 1 on species 2. That means the amount of competition exerted by species 1 on species 2. Okay? Now let's consider the competition factor also. So for the population growth rate for species 1, this formula can be applied, and this is the competition factor which is modified from for the competition where the population size of species 2 is also important because it creates an impact on species 1. So here alpha 2 over 1 can be denoted by alpha only. So in this formula, N1 is the population size of species 1, N2 is the population size of species 2, K1 is the carrying capacity of species 1, R1 is the per capita rate of increase of species 1, and alpha is the impact of species 2 on species 1. Okay, so we can see similar concept for species 2 also, so I have not mentioned it here. Clear? Now, there are mainly three possible outcomes of this paired logistic model, or I can say Lotka-Volterra model. So, whenever there is a competition, there can be certain outputs, isn't it? So, the first output of this model is stable coexistence, where both species persist. And the second one is unstable coexistence, where one species will win, but which will win depend upon initial condition or the direction of even the slight anxiety from an unstable equilibrium for coexistence. That means who will win, that depends on environmental favor. That means environment favor that which species will win, so it is unstable, I can say. Okay. So the third one is competitive exclusion, where two incidents can occur. First of all, species 1 can win and species 2 can lose, and second incident can be species 2 will win and species 1 will lose. Okay. So in the chart form, I can say the carrying capacity for species 1 is K1 and the carrying capacity of species 2 is K2, and the competition impact of species 1 is alpha and beta for species 2. But when carrying capacity will reduce because of some inhibitory effects like competition are there, then the carrying capacity for species 1 will be K1 by alpha and species 2 will be K2 by beta. Okay. So if we analyze the environment surrounding us, then competition is always there, isn't it? But how can we determine the growth of particular species in the presence of another species? That means who will win and who will lose? How can we know that? So definitely Lotka-Volterra is the best way or model to determine that. And for that, we need to understand some graphical patterns. Okay, so let's try to find out who will win and who will lose in two interspecific species. So here in this graph, the dotted green line is the division to understand clearly about two interspecific species in interspecific competition, which is called isocline. Okay, and the arrows are representing the increasing or decreasing probability of one species. And if beta will be greater than alpha, then impact of species 1 is greater than species 2. That means N1 is high and N2 will lose. So K2 is also decreased. That means species 2 is losing. But if alpha will be greater than beta, then impact of species 2 is greater than species 1. That means N2 will win and N1 will lose. So K2 is increased. That means species 2 is winning. Okay. Now let's see some case studies of this Lotka-Volterra model. So in case 1, if species 1 will win, then the population size or N1 will be equal to carrying capacity or K1. That means species 1 is winning. So it is using the maximum resources. So K1 is equal to N1, isn't it? And if alpha 1 over 2 will be greater than alpha 2 over 1, then K1 by alpha 2 over 1 or K1 I can say will increase because species 1 is winning, isn't it? So as a result, carrying capacity of species 1, that means K1, is increasing. That means environment is providing more resources to win of species 1. So species 1 is favored and its population will increase. And in this graph also we can see that the length of K1 is greater than the length of K2, isn't it? So K1 should be greater than K2 because the upper straight line is indicating that species 1 is winning. Okay. Now in case 2, if species 2 will win, then the population size of species 2 or N2 will be equal to carrying capacity of species 2 or K2. Then if alpha 2 over 1 will be greater than alpha 1 over 2, then K2 by alpha 1 over 2 or K2 I can say will increase because species 2 is winning. So I can say this or this, right? So in this graph also the length of K2 is greater, we can say that, than that of K1, isn't it? So K2 should be greater than K1, right? Because the lower straight line is indicating that species 2 is winning over species 1 because interspecific competition by species 2 is greater than interspecific competition by species 1, right? And species 2 has a greater inhibitory effect on species 1 than species 1 has on itself, right? Okay. Now in case 3, in case of stable coexistence, if alpha 2 over 1 is almost equal to alpha 1 over 2, that means alpha is almost equal to beta, then in that case carrying capacity of both species are decreasing in same rate because eventually species 1 and species 2 both has same capability to win. That means in this case both species have less competitive effect on each other. So both are weak competitors, I can say, isn't it? In the fourth case of Lotka-Volterra model, in case of unstable coexistence, K1 by alpha will be greater than K2 or even K2 by beta will be greater than K1. So in this case, both species 1 and species 2 have the same possibility to win. So nature in that case will decide that who will win and who will lose by the process of natural selection, okay? Because individuals of both species in unstable coexistence have a greater competitive effect of individual of other species. Clear? So Hope your concept about this topic have been cleared after this session. There has provided a link of e-quiz into the description box so you can score and test yourself by those questions. And if you have any doubt or facing any problem during solving the e-quiz, then after scoring, please ask me into the comment section, and also you can reach to us through our mail ID which is into the description box. I am so much happy to say that in previous lesson I have got your lots of responses and doubts through mail. So don't miss the chance to get a healthy score. Lastly, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Then you can get notification about my next videos which is coming on every Sunday. Stay safe, stay tuned. Bye.